Well, good morning, everybody. A few weeks ago, I made some videos about making a picture frame for a painting that I did for my son. At the end of that process, I stained the picture frame with a yellow ochre color, but I thought it looked a little plain, so in the end I decided to add some imitation wood grain to it, which I think turned out really nice. Here's a picture of it here. Quite happy with the result. Did make it look a lot more rustic, which better matched the painting itself. Anyhow, also at that time, I had a thought, and I expressed that in the video, that it would be neat to try adding that imitation wood grain to some birdhouses. So that's what this video is about. And here are the birdhouses that I've made. So these birdhouses are one of my typical types of birdhouses that I make. They're suitable for tree swallows and bluebirds. I've painted these with the same color yellow ochre stain that I used for the picture frame. Now I'm just going to add some wood grain. I'm going to put dark brown wood grain on one of these, like the picture frame I did, and then on the other one I'm going to put more of a wine red color wood grain on to try and mimic the look of eastern red cedar wood. We'll see how it goes. This is all just an experiment and playing around for fun, really. But I think it'll make them look kind of neat, hopefully. Okay, I'll start with a dark brown glaze on this birdhouse. Just apply a thin coat. This is a mixture of dark brown acrylic paint and acrylic matte medium. Just use some of my artist colors for this. There are other glazes you can buy specifically for wood graining, but I haven't gotten to that point at this point. Just do this little roof edge here. And the backboard. By rolling the wood graining tool back and forth, that's what creates the diversity of wood grain from small or narrow to wider. And you can vary it each time you do it to give it a different look. Anyhow, that looks pretty neat, I think. Okay. Not perfect, but it'll do for the roof. You won't see it anyhow from the ground. Okay, I've mixed my red color here for the next box. This may look pretty weird, but I'll give it a try. Again, I'm hoping to sort of make it look like the box is made out of red cedar, which has quite a reddish color, as the name suggests, to the inner wood of the tree. When you cut the red cedar open, you get this very pretty raspberry color almost to the wood, at least to the darker grain of the wood. I'll try this. I don't know how well it'll go, but so I've used permanent alizarin crimson for my color here, mixed it with matte varnish, acrylic matte varnish, to give it a glaze. I think I was being bothered by the ridge here at the edge. Maybe I wasn't pressing down hard enough. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, I think that creates an interesting look. Not exactly like red cedar, but getting there. Do the roof board again on the edge. Well, it's certainly a wild looking box. Don't think I've ever had a birdhouse of this color before. Even if I left it without the wood grain, I've never had one this red color. Okay, I've got the wood grain applied to both boxes. The first box here with the dark wood grain. I think it looks pretty good. The next box didn't really turn out like I thought it quite would. So I applied the wine red stain to this in hopes that it would look like red cedar. And it probably looks okay, but just not quite what I was hoping for. But it's going to take a bit of practice. I'm new to this wood graining thing. Anyhow, I think they look okay, and they'll be unique out there amongst my other boxes anyhow. And hopefully the birds won't be scared away by it. I don't think so. They'll nest in almost anything at times, I think. So we'll see how it goes. The more I look at this box, the more it's starting to bother me actually. It's just too bright, the red on it. So what I think I'm going to do is try and dull it down a little bit. And the other thing that's not quite accurate as far as the look of red cedar lumber is that there are too many wood grain lines in it. Typically red cedar has broader areas of color, whether it's the dark reddish color or the tan color in between the reddish stripes. So it's going to be more solid reddish versus tannish and less of these fine stripes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably add even a bit of mauve in it because that wood gets that way sometimes. So we'll see. I won't show the whole process at all. In fact, I won't show any of it. I'm just going to do it and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I did refine this box a little bit by hand painting. Sometimes just modifying the grain that the wood grain tool put on. But then I've also done in certain areas like this down here, a little more hand painting, trying to replicate red cedar knots and things. I did a bit of that on the front here too. But by and large, I just lightened up light areas and darkened some other areas, blending colors in together a bit more. What is it? You don't like the bird box? Oh, look at that. Look at that big mouth of teeth.